Now back to our top story. APD and the Department of Justice will be holding a news conference tomorrow to announce a blueprint they've agreed on to fix APD.
Let's get out to News 13's Tina Jensen. She's been working the phones on this story. She's live at APD headquarters. Tina?
The city and APD won't say exactly what that press conference is supposed to be about, but sources tell us that tomorrow we'll learn exactly how the feds want to overhaul APD, and that list is extensive.
In November 2012, the feds made a promise.
We will peel the onion to its core, and we will leave no stone unturned.
Since then, more controversial police shootings, lawsuits, and a meltdown of trust between cops and a lot of the community. And then, 6 months ago, the Department of Justice findings that highlighted a culture of aggression among cops and APD higher-ups who let it happen.
We found that the Albuquerque Police Department engages in a pattern or practice of violating residents' Fourth Amendment rights by using excessive force during police encounters.
Since that report, the feds and the city have been negotiating to come up with a consent decree, the court-enforced agreement that imposes reforms the department hasn't made on its own. We know the feds were zeroing in on 8 areas that cover everything from better hiring and training to real consequences for bad cops and officers who use excessive force, and how officers interact with the public and especially the mentally ill.
We want to see solid accountability, some transparency, and ultimately some very strong civilian and citizen oversight.
The reforms won't be cheap. Other cities under federal consent decrees have spent up to $11 million a year to make the changes, and for a federal monitor to make sure they get done.
So far, the city has set aside about $3 million to make those reforms. It's expected to cost a lot more than that. The critics of APD point out that the city has spent more than 10 times that just in the past 5 years on APD lawsuits. Back to you.
Okay, Tina, the news conference is at 1:30 tomorrow. Of course, we will be all over it, both on air and online. We'll carry the big announcement live on KRQE.com.